Hey friends! So my name is Rumi. I'm a world-famous music influencer. So if you're into music, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. Growing up, my dad and I would listen to tons of music. Rock, jazz, hip-hop, rap, everything. Dad worked at a concert arena and told me tons of stories about the shows. One day, I insisted on seeing one, so he took me with him.
I'm telling you, Rumi, you'll love it. They'll blow your mind.
Yay! I'm so excited!
I watched the entire concert from my dad's tiny office window and was mesmerized by the sound and energy of the crowd. After that, it became routine for Dad to sneak me into his office every other weekend to watch the shows. In 9th grade, I decided I wanted to share my passion for music with the world and dreamed of being a music influencer. So I created an Instagram account and started posting reviews and videos from the concerts I went to. My content quickly gained attention, and soon I had a steady stream of followers. Then one day, a local band contacted me on my Insta and offered me free tickets to their concert if I posted about them. After high school, I was obsessed with a rising music superstar. His name was, let's call him Jinu. I had a crush on him, and I was dying to see him perform live. Dad suggested I reach out to him for free tickets, but I wasn't too sure. He's one of the most famous upcoming artists under 20 inches the world.
I really want to, but I'm not sure they think I'm worth it.
Sweetheart, people won't know what you want. If you don't ask for it, I say try it.
So I sent Jinu a message on his Instagram, not really expecting a response. Little did I know that this single action would change my life forever. Because not only did I score front row tickets, but I also got a meet and greet with him at the concert. The arena went dark, and everyone started screaming. I'm live on Insta. My followers must be going gaga right now. After the concert, I went backstage and was greeted by Jinu's manager.
Thank you so much for the tickets.
You certainly are an impressive young lady. As soon as you went live earlier, the sales for Jinu's news skyrocketed.
I was honestly flattered. Right then, I remembered my dad's words and had the most awesome idea ever.
So I have like 5 million followers on Instagram and TikTok combined. I can give Jinu's fans a behind-the-scenes look at life on the road. He's not active on social media, so I can really help him out.
It's certainly an interesting idea. We've never done anything like that before. I'll talk with the team.
As she walked away, I was excited that she was even considering it. But I never knew that this moment would create a domino effect that would lead me to where I am today. Stay tuned to find out how my dad's advice changed the course of my life. While I waited, I spotted candy on the snack table and grabbed a handful. Right then, this dude wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses came up to me.
The food is for the band only, and I don't remember you on stage. Who are you?
I'm Rumi.
Ugh, security just lets anyone in here.
Hey, I was invited back here by Jinu's manager.
Wait, you're that girl from the front row. The influencer?
The one and only.
Well, I hope you got the numbers you were desperate for.
Hope Jinu got the numbers he was desperate for. My fans drove up his record sale, so if you work for him or something, you're welcome.
My heart pounded as I faced the jerk. Right then, Jinu's guitarist did a slow clap.
Tell him, influencer girl.
Stay out of it, Leilani.
No way. I gotta shout out anyone who can. Take on Jinu, massive ego, and win.
What? He was Jinu. Oh my god. I didn't recognize him with the glasses and baseball cap. Right at that moment, Jinu's manager returned and told how the team wanted me to join them on the tour.
Actually, I'm not so sure now.
And this is what we'll be paying you.
When I saw the contract, I had to take it. I could use the money to buy tickets to a music festival, fly first class, get a whole new wardrobe, buy a car.
No way. She's not on my tour.
Yes, Wei. You need to engage your fans, and she'll help you do that. See you tomorrow.
Saying that she walked away, at home, I begged my parents to let me go. And once I promised to call every day, they agreed. I packed my bags and was off on my first ever tour with a band. My first night backstage was nerve-wracking. Jinu was giving me the stink eye. But then Leilani came over and put her arm around me, making me feel better.
Hey, it's nice to have another girl my age here. Yeah, if I can survive Mr. Ego over there. Jinu's not so bad once you get to know him. You should watch out for Mrs. Skies, the momager though.
Oh, she's his mom! Mrs. Skies had everybody under her thumb. It was obvious why Jinu was so grumpy. Even the sound techs, Leilani and the lighting guy were all scared of her. I was relieved I didn't have to deal with her. My job was to post videos of Jinu performing with great captions, go live on Instagram, and keep everyone updated about what was happening backstage. The tour was going great, and I was getting tons and tons of new followers, and they all had one request. Give us an interview with Jinu. Take pics with Jinu. But how? I was so frustrated with the guy. He was always in a bad mood.
Leilani, you're playing the tune wrong. Start it again.
Jinu, I am not feeling well today. I am trying. Give me 5 minutes.
Fine. Everyone take 5.
I don't know how you do it. He's such a baby. Well, we've known each other since we were kids. Jinu used to be more easygoing. I think he's just overworked. He just needs a little more fun in his life. A little fun, huh? I'd give him fun.
That night, when Jinu opened the dressing room door, fake spiders dropped on him. The guy totally freaked out. Everyone else looked at him like he was crazy, but then they started laughing too. After that day, whenever Jinu had a bad day, I'd pull a prank to make him laugh. I'd put a big snake in his suitcase, fill his dressing room with balloons. Everyone loved hearing Jinu's laughter, and it felt like Jinu was finally being himself. He was more relaxed and everyone had a blast on stage. Whilst everyone was having fun in the background, his momager would be tapping her foot, reminding Jinu that he's the star and this is work. I could see why he was so tense all the time. One night, I went to listen to Jinu and his bandmates rehearse. As soon as I sat down on a chair, there was a loud fart noise. I was so embarrassed, but Jinu just laughed like crazy. Someone had put a whoopee cushion there.
Gotcha.
What?
You thought I wouldn't get back at you?
I realized then that he knew I was the one behind the pranks. From then on, Jinu and I started a prank war. We kept trying to make each other laugh. We had fun being silly together. His glares turned into smiles, and I felt the butterflies again. One time after the show, I snuck onto the stage to record a live session at Jinu's piano, but stopped the moment I heard Jinu's voice.
I didn't know you played so well.
Ugh, it was nothing. I'll just go.
No, please play a little more.
As I played, Jinu hopped on the piano and joined in. We finished the song, and he smiled at me. I suddenly realized I was live to millions of people.
And there you have it, Jinu's Skies, live and unfiltered. See you tomorrow on the road. So sorry I forgot I was live.
It's okay. Much better than a bunch of spiders falling on my face.
I won't say I'm sorry for that. You needed some fun.
I know it was good to laugh like that. It's just that Mom.
It pushes you really hard.
Yeah, I know. She wants me to succeed, but sometimes it's too much. I wish I could tell her to just ease up. Give me some time to bond with my band. Give me time to breathe.
Why don't you tell her then? My dad told me once, people won't know what you want if you don't tell them.
Tell me what, Rumi?
Before Jinu could reply, Mrs. Skies appeared. She must have heard it all.
Oh, we're paying you, so hurry up. Rumi in the van. Jinu, you in the limo.
Mom, I'm taking the van with the rest of the band.
Jinu, honey, you're the lead singer. I don't think it's a good idea.
Mom, I wasn't asking. Come on, Rumi.
This wasn't gonna end well. But from there on out, Jinu and I got along much better and realized we had a lot in common, like our favorite movies, books, and so much more. We became really good friends. One night, Leilani told me how it was Jinu's birthday. But with all the concerts and touring, even he had forgotten about it. We decided to do something special. So we invited Barry to join us for a night of pizza, cake.
Wow, thanks a lot. I totally forgot.
But we remembered. Come on, blow out the candles and make a wish.
I so want to party with you guys, but I've got an early interview.
Jinu, you deserve to have some fun.
We laughed, danced, and enjoyed the evening. And before we knew it, we had fallen asleep. Until the next morning, when a loud phone ringing woke us up.
Oh no, I'm late.
We rushed Jinu to the TV station in his limo, and his momager was waiting.
What are you thinking? Jinu, this interview is very important.
I'm here, aren't I? Chill, Mom.
Wow. Chill? This is all you're doing? You think I don't know? Ever since you got here, Jinu is unfocused, undisciplined. You're a distraction.
I never meant to get in the way.
You're fired.
Fine, I'll leave. But if you think trying to control Jinu's life is more important than letting him be himself, then you don't deserve to be his manager.
With that, I walked away. Once back at the hotel, I heard a knock. It was Jinu.
I've never had anybody stand up for me like that.
Well, it should be your mom. But, I'm happy to be here for you.
Don't go.
I just got fired, Jinu.
It's my tour, and I want you on it.
I don't know. All I've done is mess things up for you.
The interview today was great. Everything has been lately. It's like I remember how to be a person now instead of just my job. And that's because of you.
Well, you're a great person.
So are you, shall we?
Jinu and I walked into the rehearsal room. His mom saw us, and her face was full of rage.
What are you still doing here? I just fired you.
You can't do that.
Excuse me?
Mom, enough is enough. You keep trying to tell everyone how to do their jobs, and it's not okay. Rumi's work has been great press for us, and I want her to stay. So I'm done. You're fired. It's my tour, so I'm in charge. I appreciate everything you've done for me, but it's time to go.
How could you cut me out of your life like this? Jinu!
I'm not cutting you out. Maybe you're not my manager anymore, but you're always my mom. Can't that be enough?
Wow, fine. If that's what you want. No matter the differences, remember, I love you, son.
I love you too, Mom.
Later that night, as I was filming Jinu's concert, suddenly I heard him call my name. He was calling me on stage.
Hey, everyone, give it up for my friend Rumi. She's the one who taught me to stay true to myself and follow my heart. Believe in yourself and you can achieve anything.
As we played, the audience sang along, danced. It was such a rush. But better than that was playing my favorite song in the world with one of my favorite people in the world. When we were finished, the crowd roared. That was something. Later, when I went backstage, suddenly my phone started buzzing in my hand.
Hello, Rumi. I'm a producer for MTV. I've been watching your channel and just caught your live duet with Jinu. What would you say about hosting your own travel and music show with us?
Today, I'm not just a music influencer, but a top name on MTV. And I am glad I followed my dad's advice to follow my dreams. And you should too.
Hi, I'm Freya from Ohio. Please like and subscribe. I belong to a home that was filled with happiness and love. And my dad worked very hard to give us the best life. Once when I was 4, Dad spent an entire weekend building me a treehouse in our backyard.
This is your special place. You can always come up here and look at the beautiful sky.
Thank you, Daddy!
And when your sister grows a little taller, promise me that you'll share this treehouse with her and always be happy together.
I promise. My sister Iris was 2 years younger and I loved her to bits. I would dance for her and she would laugh like crazy and clap her little hands. When I turned 6, Mom bought us walkie-talkies, and we had so much fun hiding from our parents. The coast is all clear here. Over. I see Mom's red hair. Over. Okay, I'm climbing down. Over. As I climbed down from the treehouse, I saw my aunt and my cousin enter our yard. I ran to greet them, and so did Iris.
Freya and Iris, you've grown so big.
Our cousin Shirley was the same age as me, and stood very quietly, without even a smile on her face. Just then, I noticed that they had 2 big suitcases with them. Are you going on holiday, Aunt?
Yes, we're here for the holiday.
Just then, Dad came out and helped Aunt with our bags. Aunt and Dad were twins, and he cared about her deeply. I was happy to have them around until Mom took me aside and spoke to me.
Freya, you will move into Iris's room and share her bed.
But Iris's bed is so small, Mom.
I know, honey. It's just until your aunt finds a job and moves out.
How long will that be?
Just a few months.
But months turned into years, and I was 10 and still squeezing into Iris's bed. My aunt didn't find a job, and Dad had to let her stay since they only had each other. And slowly, Aunt and Shirley started to become a nuisance.
Yeah.
Once in 7th grade, Mom had planned a party for me and Iris for being top achievers at school. When Aunt suddenly said she felt really sick.
Maybe you should have the party on another day. I'm so unwell. Shirley must have caught it too. Look, she feels so warm. It's possible what we have is contagious.
But I've already bought all the food and invited the guests. I can't cancel everything just a day before the party.
Maybe you two could just stay in your room, Aunt.
Oh, so you want me and my daughter to stay in the rooms like we are outcasts? Did you hear what she said, brother? We aren't good enough for their party. They always make us feel like we're living on their charity.
What? She didn't mean it like that.
Aunt started coughing loudly and Dad took her to her room. When he returned, he asked us if we could cancel the party. But Dad, Iris, and I already invited all our friends.
My mom is sick and I think you should listen to your dad.
It does seem insensitive to have a party when she's unwell. We can have it another time, please.
It was so hard to say no to Dad, so we canceled it. And just then I caught sight of Shirley grinning as she walked away to her room. She and Aunt were such drama queens. And the worst part was that Shirley was in the same class as me. In 8th grade, I got selected to be the class president. And just as I was about to give my first presentation on all the changes I wanted to make, I stared at the projector in horror. Instead of my slideshow, it was a video of me singing and doing a stupid dance in front of my mirror at home.
That's your president trying to be Beyonce. Gosh, how stupid does she look? Shirley, you're a wicked witch, just like your mother!
She got up and pushed me against the chalkboard, and I took the duster and buffed her face white. Seconds later, everyone around us was laughing as we broke out into a full-scale catfight. But the teacher was not impressed by my behavior.
Freya, I'm taking away your position as class president until you learn to lead by example. Hitting someone's face with a duster is not leadership material.
But she pushed me!
And you called her mother a witch?
Later that afternoon, while I was doing my homework, Aunt came and sat next to me with her tea, and she poured it all over my books.
Hey, what are you doing? This will teach you to watch what you say about me. I'm a witch, huh?
I'm telling Dad about this!
Go ahead. I'll just say it was an accident. He will never believe you over me, his beloved sister.
And she was right. Dad didn't believe me.
Freya, I'm sick of you disrespecting your aunt. When your mother gets back from the store, we're having a family meeting.
But Mom had been gone for hours, and she wasn't even answering any calls. We were beginning to feel worried, but just then, a car drove up to the house, and Mom thanked a strange man as he dropped her off and drove away.
What happened?
My car's engine suddenly heated up and my phone was dead. Luckily, my boss was driving by, so he offered me a ride.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get your car towed and fixed.
I just couldn't help noticing the way that man looked at you.
What way? What are you trying to say?
Nothing, just saying.
My aunt was on a mission to stir up trouble between my parents. And later that evening, while Mom was in the bathroom, I found Aunt digging in Mom's bag. What are you doing?
Why don't you go up to your room and read a book, dear?
Not until you tell me what you're up to.
I'm looking for a painkiller for the headache you're giving me. Ah, there it is.
She took it and left, and I told Mom right away, but she checked her bag and said everything was in place. But just a few days later, it was Dad's birthday, and Mom bought him some new shoes.
Oh, I was expecting a Rolex watch.
Ha ha ha, really? Well, honey, that's quite an expensive gift.
But you used our credit card to buy it 2 days ago? I got a message on my phone?
What? No, I didn't.
Mom and Dad got into an argument on his birthday, and then Aunt came along to make things worse.
Oh, I think I know who your wife bought the watch for. It was for that same man who dropped you off last time. You know, her boss.
And how would you know that?
I'm my brother's sister, and I see everything that goes on around here. I won't let anyone betray him.
I've had enough of this nonsense. Who do you believe, me or her?
Dad believed Aunt. And that day, Mom packed her bags and took me and Iris with her. Mom rented out a small apartment, but things were not easy with Mom's small salary, and Dad only paid for our school fees. And soon after, things got even worse when Iris started to feel sick. When Mom took her to the doctor, we got the scariest news ever. Iris had a problem with her heart, and she needed a donor. Oh, Mom, why is this happening? I don't want anything to happen to Iris.
And nothing will. We have to stay positive, honey.
Iris had to stay at the hospital for a while. And one day, Dad came to visit with Aunt and Shirley. But when the adults weren't in the room, Shirley turned to Iris and said,
Now because of you, your dad might lose our house.
What are you saying?
Don't listen to her, Iris.
He's paying for your treatment, stupid. He can't afford the mortgage payments on the house. Thanks to you, we'll be homeless soon.
It was never your house to begin with. Get out of Iris's room now. Later that day, I started to do some research on heart donors, and I was surprised to find applications on a funding program called the Heart Foundation. I quickly applied, telling my story, and sent it with fingers crossed. When I told Iris about it the next day, it made her really happy.
Even though our family is no longer the same happy family, I'm so glad that I have you as my sister and best friend.
I hugged her and then turned on the music on her phone, and I started dancing for her like old times. And she laughed so much. Back at school, I struggled to keep my grades up because of everything that was going on. And one day, Shirley scored higher than me in math and couldn't stop rubbing it in my face.
Now that I'm the smarty pants of the family, I'm gonna tell my uncle to throw me a party. Don't worry, you're invited, as the waitress.
Suddenly, I felt so furious that I just screamed and charged her. But somehow I managed to stop myself at the last second. So I was shocked when Shirley suddenly fell to the floor like she'd fainted. Shirley?
Oh my God, what if you killed her?
What? I didn't even touch her.
No, I saw you.
Her friend ran off to call the principal. Shirley was rushed to the hospital where she was just fine soon after. But I was suspended for 2 weeks. I was really angry, but my suspension meant I got to spend a little more time with Iris at the hospital.
I miss our treehouse. Me too! Let's go there!
You know we can't do that. We'll get in so much trouble.
Please, Freya. I'm so tired of being in the hospital.
My sister made her puppy dog eyes at me, so I put her on the wheelchair and told the nurses that I was taking her out for some fresh air. We sneaked right out of the hospital and got onto a bus that took us to Dad's house. No one seemed to be at home, so we headed straight to our treehouse. Are you sure you can even climb up?
Yeah, of course I can.
Okay, go really slow and I'm right behind you. Iris climbed up the ladder, but as soon as she was inside the treehouse, she let out a loud scream. I started climbing up frantically, but just then, I saw Shirley looking down at me, and next to her was a boy from school. Shirley, what are you doing here?
Bunking school and making out with my boyfriend. You and your sister are trespassing.
Shut up, this is our treehouse.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
She kicked the ladder and I lost my balance. But luckily, I caught a tree branch just in time.
Oh my God, Freya.
I turned to see Dad looking up at me, and next to him was Mom. Dad quickly put the ladder back and helped me climb down. What are you guys doing here?
The hospital told us you were missing. We figured you might be here.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's not her fault. I made her bring me here because this is my happy place.
Iris cried, and we had a family hug until it was interrupted by Aunt.
What's going on here?
Shirley kicked the ladder down while Freya was on it.
What nonsense! My Shirley would never do that.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Shirley came down from the treehouse with the boy, and Aunt didn't look so happy.
Shirley!
I'm sorry. Shirley looked down sadly, but I didn't buy her act one bit.
I'm so disappointed in you, Shirley. You really could have hurt Freya.
And if you're really sorry, tell everyone the truth about what happened in school.
You pushed me. That's what happened.
Yes, she did. And brother, why are you holding that woman's hand? Have you forgotten that other man she's with?
Dad immediately let go of Mom's hand, and she looked so sad. As Mom drove Iris back to the hospital, I had a brilliant idea. Mom, can I borrow your credit card?
Honey, I'm already owing a lot on my credit card.
No, I'm not buying anything. I just want to investigate something. I then asked her to drop me at the mall and went to the only jewelry store that sold Rolex watches. Excuse me, can you check my mom's credit card? I think she bought a Rolex watch here some time back. The store assistant checked the card, and the time of the purchase showed up. I requested to see the CCTV footage of that date and time, and it was exactly what I had expected. My aunt was the one using my mom's credit card. I made a copy of the video on my flash drive and left. I was on my way to Dad's office when I got a phone call that made me yell out with excitement. Iris's application for the donor heart was approved. My sister was going to get a new heart, and she would be completely okay. When I reached Dad's office, I showed him the video from the jewelry shop.
Oh my God! I don't know what to say. She's my only sister. Why would she do this to me?
You really broke our hearts when you believed your sister over us, Dad. Aunt broke our happy family and you let her? The next day, while Mom and I were in the hospital with Iris, Dad suddenly walked in with flowers.
I am so sorry. And I know my apology is not going to be enough right now, but I love you all very much, and I will do anything to have you back home.
Mom didn't forgive him immediately, but once she heard that he'd kicked out Aunt and Shirley for good, she was willing to give Dad a second chance. And slowly, our family became whole again. I learned a big lesson here. Always look for the truth, even if it hurts. A good leader is a truth seeker.
Hi, I'm Tina from Poland. Please like and subscribe. I was born into a super rich home. My dad owned the largest store in the country. And my two brothers were billionaires as well. My long brown hair and my blue eyes caught the attention of everyone whenever I went out with my dad.
Wow, your daughter is so beautiful.
People would shower me with all sorts of gifts. I loved it a lot. I mean, who wouldn't? I would always want to go out with Dad. But he wouldn't let me, and he had his reasons. I was the only girl in the family. My mom left when I was a baby. When she left, Dad said I became really sick. I was taken to the best hospital in the country. They did all they could, but I didn't get any better. I spent a year in the hospital, and eventually I got better.
I'm so glad you're fine now, sweetheart.
Since then, my dad and brothers walked on eggshells around me, and they spoiled me silly. They bought me the most expensive gifts. My dad even got me the most expensive necklace in the world. I love them, but sometimes they do too much. The only person who treated me like a normal kid was Jerry, our next-door neighbor. Jerry and I were inseparable growing up, and we had the best time together. when people made fun of my long brown hair. Jerry always defended me. We would play silly pranks on my brothers and laugh as the pranks played out. That all changed when Jerry's parents decided to move to another country. Jerry's mom got a sweet fashion deal in Paris, and they had to move. I was devastated. I wanted to sneak Jerry into my room so that we could start living together. But my brothers found out, Jerry left, and I was all alone. It took me a while to make friends in high school, even though I was the prettiest girl in school. I had gotten so used to Jerry that I couldn't just flow with any other person. One day I was on YouTube watching Luna videos. When I stumbled upon a channel, it was Jerry's. He'd gotten so big and handsome. He was a popular chef in Paris with over 10 million subscribers. I stayed up all night watching his videos. I wanted to drop a comment, but I didn't know what to type. I was scared that he wouldn't remember me anymore. Meanwhile, I'd gotten into a nationwide beauty pageant, and I was one of the favorites to win. That was all my dad talked about.
You need to win the pageant, sweetie. Whatever it takes.
I would always feel the pressure choking me when I went to school. Diane, the only person I was able to bond with at school, noticed and tried to take the pressure off.
Let's go to your favorite restaurant. I'm sure you'll feel better after.
We went to the restaurant and she got me my favorite meal. I smiled as the waiter placed the food on the table. And just as I munched on the delicious meal, the cutest guy walked in. Every lady in the restaurant stared and was in awe as he sat by the window. He looked at me and with a gorgeous smile he winked. My face turned red and my heart raced as he winked. I quickly looked away and focused on my meal. Just as we were about to leave the restaurant, I slipped, and I was sure that I would fall. But the cute guy caught me.
You should watch where you're going. I should be the one falling, not you.
Why would you fall?
I would fall for you, of course.
I giggled in excitement as my face turned red. I looked at Diane, who was already dancing in the corner.
I'm Brian. How have I not seen such a beautiful creature like you around here before?
You didn't look closely enough. I'll see you around.
I grabbed Diane and we rushed out of the restaurant. Since then, I met Brian every time I went to the restaurant. He would come over to me and we would start talking. Turns out he was pretty funny and smart. I became so fond of him and we spent even more time together. Date one night, and when we returned, he walked me to the front door and planted a kiss on my lips. I was so excited because I had wished that Brian would be my first kiss. I began to really like him. And it turns out I wasn't the only one. My brothers and even my dad loved him.
He is the son of the wealthiest man in the country. We need the connection, honey.
He helped me with my preparation for the beauty pageant. And with time, we became a power couple in school. Apparently, Joy, the biggest bully in school, was also a contestant in the beauty pageant and was obsessing over Brian.
I wonder what he sees in you.
Things he doesn't see in you, apparently.
She did everything in her power to stop me from dating him, but she failed miserably. Her face would turn red when she saw us together after her failed attempts. It was so hilarious. I got to school one day and I got the biggest shock of my life. Jerry, my runaway neighbor, was sitting right next to my seat in class.
Jerry, what are you doing here?
I ran to meet him and he met me halfway. He lifted me up and hugged me tight. Wow, he even looked way cuter than in the videos. Brian saw us and he quickly moved to hold my hand.
Who is he?
Oh, this is Jerry. We were close friends when we were much younger, but he's a huge star now.
Huge star? How come I've never heard of him?
Don't mind Tina here, I'm just a chef.
What are you doing here, though?
Oh, I moved back here. My mom wants to spend more time here, and I miss this place as well.
I was so excited that I hugged him again. Brian pulled me back and placed his arm on my shoulder.
It's good to see you, Jerry.
I waved at Jerry as I walked out of the class with Brian. The wonderful memories I shared with him growing up rushed back to me as he smiled at me. He came to my place after school and we spoke for a long time. He told me all about Paris, how he learned to cook, and how he became a teenage sensation overnight.
My mom helped me with everything, and that's why I love her so much.
I'm really happy for you, Jerry, and I'm glad you're back.
Just as Jerry was about to leave, Brian walked in.
Oh, Jerry's here.
I was on my way already. Let me leave you two alone. Good night.
Jerry sounded so cool and mature, and he was dressed well too. Brian and I spent time together, but all I could think about was Jerry. I started spending more and more time with Jerry, and I began to realize just how funny and smart he was. Whenever his brown eyes stared at me, my heart would melt, and I could feel the butterflies in my stomach dancing. I was falling for him. And honestly, I loved it. Brian, on the other hand, had been buying me nice gifts since Jerry came back. He even got me a very expensive car, which I really loved. One time I was walking with Diane, and all of a sudden I tripped. And as I was about to fall, Jerry, out of nowhere, caught me. He held me in his arms for a while, and I just stared into his gorgeous eyes. He reached out to kiss me, but Brian walked up to us that moment.
What's going on here?
I pushed Jerry aside and ran away. I was so confused I didn't know what to do. The day of the beauty pageant grew closer and I began to panic.
Don't be a baby. We've practiced and I've helped you a lot. I'm sure you'll be fine.
He sounded so much like a jerk, but he was right. We had practiced so much and I could feel the confidence building inside of me that all crumbled when Joy the witch accused me of stealing.
She would never do that.
Yes, she did, and I have the proof. She stole my expensive necklace and hid it in her locker. I saw her when she did it.
You're such a liar. Why would I steal your cheap necklace?
Why don't we find out if I'm a liar or not? Then, open your locker.
To my biggest surprise, the necklace was placed on one of the books in my locker.
How did it get there?
My jaw dropped as the principal picked up the necklace. Everyone looked at me weird, including Brian. My dad and brothers were certain that when I was called into the principal's office that I couldn't steal. They had bought even more expensive necklaces for me. So why would I steal one?
You are hereby disqualified from the beauty pageant, and you must serve detention for a week.
I ran out of the principal's office crying. I couldn't believe it. Everyone would think I'm a thief and they wouldn't believe me anymore. Jerry walked out of the shadows and he came over to me.
Hey, I heard what happened. Are you okay?
Leave me alone. Jerry, I know you think I'm a thief as well.
I could never think of you like that. And I know very well you are not a thief.
I'm glad you believe me because no one else in the school does, including Brian.
I don't know what to do. I started crying, and that was when Jerry moved closer to me and hugged me tightly.
Just ignore them. We'll figure something out. Trust me.
My first day in detention sucked. People looked at me differently, including the teachers. Jerry then came and made everything easier. We spent time together in detention and we got even closer. He stayed with me all the way through, and he also walked me home just to make sure I was safe. The beauty pageant was days away, and the entire country was buzzing because of it. Joy was the clear candidate to win, but there were talks about McKeely winning as well. She was my favorite. She was so pretty and kind. She had the cutest blue eyes I have ever seen. Jerry made sure I continued with my practice, even though I didn't want to.
You can still be called back in for the pageant, so you need to be ready.
On my way back from detention one day, I felt really sick. My knees became weak and I was dizzy. I fell to the ground and was rushed to the hospital. When my dad got to the hospital, he demanded that I'd be transferred to the same hospital I was admitted to when I was much younger. I was in a coma for 2 weeks. Everyone was worried sick. Brian, who had disappeared since Joy accused me of stealing, came back and stayed by my side. Jerry was there too, and they both argued from time to time about who deserved me more.
How could you abandon her when she needed you the most? You don't deserve her.
And who are you to decide that? She's my girlfriend, and there is nothing you can do about that.
The doctors ran some tests, and they found out I had a rare kidney disease and I needed a kidney transplant. Dad couldn't be the donor because he had the same disease. My brothers were on a very important business trip, and they weren't even told that I was in the hospital. Diane gave excuses and Brian ran away again. Time was running out and I needed a donor quickly.
I'll be the donor.
Jerry stepped up and he donated one of his kidneys. The surgery was successful, and weeks later I was discharged from the hospital. I got back home and continued the preparation for the beauty pageant with Jerry. Some days before the pageant, the school found out that Joy planted the necklace in my locker just to get me kicked out of the pageant. She confessed after she was caught trying to pull the same trick on Michaela. She was suspended and I was called back in for the pageant, just like Jerry had predicted. I became so nervous when I got the news. Sweat poured out of me and I felt a tightness in my chest. Jerry noticed and held my hand gently.
You'll be fine, Tina. This is what you trained for, and I am so proud of you.
He smiled at me and I hugged him tightly.
What would I do without you?
The day came and I was well prepared for it. I wore my finest gown. Dad had just gotten it for me and it looked absolutely gorgeous. My brothers hired the best stylist in the country, and she did a wonderful job. They all sat in the front row and they applauded when I stepped on stage. I nailed the many questions I was asked and felt my confidence building as the show went on. After what seems like an eternity, it was time to decide the winner. We all held hands and hoped for the best. Michaela got second place with a standing ovation, and my name was announced as the winner of the pageant. I was so happy, tears rolled down my cheeks. But out of nowhere, Brian came on stage and held my hand. I yanked his hand off and walked down to where Jerry stood. Brian ran to meet me and he grabbed me violently. Jerry intervened and punched him right in the face.
Leave her alone! You don't deserve her!
Brian ran off crying like a baby while Jerry held my hand gently and smiled at me. My heart melted and my face turned red.
You look really beautiful.
Just kiss me already.
He leaned in and gave me the warmest kiss ever. I held on to him as everyone cheered us on. It was the best night ever.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and my mom is my best friend. She's amazing. She's a doctor, and she's raising me all by herself. She gives me everything I could want and need. I want to be just like her when I grow up. Do you look up to your mom too? Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks! I couldn't wait for school to end. It was my birthday the next day, and Mom said that I was going to get the newest smartwatch after her shift at the hospital, a few blocks away from the mall, when her phone rang.
Dr. Johnson.
A panicky voice from the car speaker said,
Jade is giving birth right now. We're not going to make it to the hospital.
Mom quickly turned a corner. She told the man that she was on her way.
Sorry, honey. It's a good thing that we're close to their house. We can go shopping after.
I quickly nodded. My mom made another call and instructed the hospital to send an ambulance right away. Mom stopped the car and jumped out. I followed her into the house. A very pregnant woman was kneeling beside the couch, and there was a puddle of water under her legs. Mom ran over to the woman and asked her husband for some clean towels.
It's all right, Jade. I'm here, and it's time for you to push.
I watched in awe by the door. The woman was crying and pushing and screaming. Her husband was sweating and running around with a ton of towels. It was chaos. My mom was the only calm person in the room. Suddenly, I heard another sound break through the screens and pants. It was the sound of a crying baby.
She's here. Your daughter has arrived.
Mrs. Jade gasped when my mom handed her the baby. My jaw dropped when I realized that I'd just seen one being born. It was scary and incredible at the same time. The ambulance arrived a few minutes later, and my mom gently patted Jade's hand.
Everything's fine,
she added with a gentle smile.
I'll check in on you at the hospital.
We headed back to our own car. Mom said that we'd have to go home first so she could change.
Are you all right, honey? You look pale.
I guess I did. I was still in shock. You were amazing, Mom. You didn't freak out at all. That woman looked like she was in so much pain. But the moment you handed her the baby, it seemed like she forgot about everything else. My mom squeezed my hand.
That's how I felt when I gave birth to you. It's joy and pain all at once, and it's all worth it, especially if your child ends up being a wonderful daughter like you.
She added that around 250 babies are born every minute. Wow, that means that there are 250 soon-to-be mothers going into labor right now. I gasped. No wonder my mom was doing so well as an obstetrician. She delivered a new baby every few days. Mom headed for the shower as soon as we got home. While I waited for her, the phone rang. It was my dad. You're not going to believe what I saw today. And I told him about watching my mom do her work. Dad laughed and proudly proclaimed that my mom was amazing.
When your brother Josh was born, Emma was screaming and miserable too, until she held him in his arms. When can you come and visit anyway? He misses you already.
I promised that I would visit my dad and his new family soon. I loved playing with my half-brother Josh. He was so cute. My dad's wife, Emma, wasn't so bad, but it still bugged me that my parents had never married, and Emma wasn't half as amazing as my mom. After a few weeks, Mom came home looking very excited.
I got promoted. I'm going to be head of the department.
I was so happy for her, and when I found out she wasn't going to be working as much, I was so happy for me too. It meant that we could spend more time together. It was great. We had picnics and played frisbee in the front yard. I was standing by the porch when the frisbee came whizzing my way. I jumped, but I must have landed wrong. The next thing I knew, a lump appeared on my forehead.
Sarah!
Mom cried as she ran towards me. I think I hit my head on the edge of the step. It really hurts. Mom cleaned up my wound. She said it wasn't deep and I just needed to apply pressure to it. She made me some of my favorite mac and cheese and sent me to bed early that night. I remember thinking that I was the luckiest girl in the world for having such an amazing mother. But sadly, our fun times ended that day. The next few months were busy time at the hospital. Mom was rarely home. She left early and came home late. I started to complain about never seeing her anymore. She still keeps giving me gifts, but I didn't want a new camera or another new phone. I just wanted her. I couldn't talk to her anymore because she never had time for me. When I turned 14, things got even worse. Mom couldn't be with me on my birthday. I had to stay with my dad for a few days while Mom was at a conference. I could see that Emma was trying to be nice, but I didn't want her. I wanted my mom.
I made your favorite, mac and cheese.
She proudly said. I took a bite, but I spit it out immediately. Ew! This tastes gross. It's not like Mom's mac and cheese at all. Dad got mad when I said that I gave him the side eye while he and Emma played with little Josh. If he hadn't married that awful Emma, he would have married my mom, and maybe she wouldn't have to work so hard all the time. I was counting down the hours until Mom arrived to pick me up. Then the phone rang. It was Mom, but she said she was running late. I got so mad at her for making me wait again. When I get home, she said,
"We'll go on a vacation, just the two of us. Okay? I promise. You're gonna have a great time."
But I was sick of her promises. I don't believe you anymore. I don't care if you don't ever come home. When you're here, you don't even notice me. I wish you weren't my mother. I slammed the phone down and ran to my room. I was so mad at everyone. Dad tried to talk to me, but I didn't open the door. Finally, he left. But after an hour, he was back again.
Sarah!
He cried with a voice I'd never heard him use before.
We have to go to the hospital.
I couldn't believe my ears when he explained that Mom was in the hospital. She had gotten into a car crash just an hour ago. But I just talked to her. I cried. I was so scared the whole time in the waiting room. I was terrified for my mom. And deep down, I knew it was my fault. Mom probably got so upset after I screamed at her. That was the reason she got into a crash. I wanted to tell her that I didn't mean what I said. I wanted to tell her that I loved her so much they wouldn't even let me see her. An hour later, finally, a doctor came out and talked to us.
I'm sorry, she's in a bad way. We're doing everything we can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You have to prepare yourself for the worst.
I turned to my dad. Well, what did he mean by that? I gasped. Dad couldn't even look me in the eye. He quietly told me to pray for Mom. I couldn't take it anymore. I knew my mom was suffering, and it was all my fault. I couldn't stop the tears. I stumbled away and ran as fast as my legs could take me to the exit. Outside, I found myself by a bus stop, and I got on the first bus that passed, not caring where it took me, as long as it was far away from here. Hours passed into days. I can't remember how I got where I was. The only real thing I felt was the hard bench I slept on and the gaping hole in my chest where my heart used to be. I was to blame for everything. It hurt so much to remember the last thing I said to her. How could I be such a terrible person after everything my mom had done for me? I was just sitting and staring into space when I heard the scream. Right in front of me, sprawled on the curb, was an older girl with a bleeding forehead. I jumped up and ran over to her. "Hold still. Let me check if it's deep." Thankfully, the wound was shallow. I took off my jacket and told the girl to apply pressure on it. Then I asked if there was a place where we could wash it.
"I sleep in the women's shelter. It's just a few blocks away."
The shelter was a dirty place, and it was very crowded. But at least there was running water and soap in the bathroom. After a while, the girl calmed down.
"Thanks, I was so scared I thought I'd split my skull open."
For the first time in a long time, I smiled. It felt nice to help someone.
"Do you have a place to stay? My name is Maggie. You can stay in the shelter with me if you want."
Maggie and I became friends. She brought me to a soup kitchen where we ate a hot meal. She led me to a church basement so I could find a jacket. Maggie was nice, and for a while I forgot that I was homeless and alone. But no matter what I did, I could never forget the last words I ever spoke to my mom. I told Maggie that I ran away, but I didn't tell her why. Life went on that way for a long time. It was hard to accept my new life, but I had no other choice. The shelter was always full of girls who had run away or who were in trouble. There was a young mom named Stella who had a little boy. She said that she used to have a small apartment and that she worked 3 jobs just to pay for rent and food. But it wasn't enough. She lost her home, and now she was struggling to feed her little boy.
But no matter where we end up,
As long as my baby Jasper is with me, we'll be fine.
I couldn't help but think about my mom when I looked at her. Mom worked so hard just to give me a good life. But I could see now that I was ungrateful, spoiled, and mean. If I'd been a better daughter, I would still be with her. A few months later, I noticed that Maggie had started throwing up a lot. At first, I thought she had food poisoning. It's not the food.
I think I'm pregnant.
I was shocked. Maggie was just a few years older than me. How was she going to have a baby in this situation? Poor Maggie was miserable the whole time. She was too tired and too weak to do anything. All she did was sleep while her belly grew bigger. I did everything I could just to make life easier for her, but Maggie was having a really hard time with her pregnancy. Thankfully, the shelter allowed her to stay. They told me that I could stay for as long as I liked too. But that was because I was the only one who could tie a bandage or examine the injuries of girls who just arrived. We became family, but I never really belonged there. Monsters like me don't deserve to belong anywhere. Another few months went by. Then one night, Maggie woke up everyone with her screams.
It hurts so bad.
She yelled. The other girls shrink back in fear, but I couldn't. Maggie was my friend. I held her hand while she screamed in pain. Then her water broke.
How? I think the baby is coming now.
I was terrified, but I was the only one who could help her. I asked the girls to find clean towels. As I looked at Maggie's anguished face, I remembered the other woman, Jade. My mom delivered her baby in the living room. It's all right, Maggie, I'm here, and it's time for you to push. She did, over and over again. In a matter of minutes, the baby came. I wrapped the baby in a clean towel and handed it to her. Like Jade, she forgot that she had just been screaming a few seconds ago. She forgot that she was in a shelter. She forgot that she was broke. All that mattered was that little baby in her arms. I couldn't believe what I'd just done. And I couldn't believe the transformation on Maggie's face. I was so relieved when someone said that the ambulance was here. Maggie kept insisting that I go to the hospital with her. Then the doctors checked her and the baby out. After a few moments, the doctor came to talk to me.
Maggie said that you delivered her baby. How old are you?
I told her I was only 16. To be honest, I was so scared. It happened so quickly, but now I'm just exhausted. The doctor laughed and told me that I did a good job. I felt really proud. Then I wondered if my mom would have been proud of me too if she knew. Maggie went back to the shelter a few days later. She kept thanking me, and she said she'd name the baby after me. She also went back to her parents' house. It was different now that little Sarah was here. Then she told me that a TV news crew had interviewed her at the hospital, and that's how her parents had found her. I think that's how my dad found me too. He and Emma arrived a few days later to take me home. My dad hugged me so tightly. I wanted to tell him about everything that had happened, but no words came out. I could only cry. Emma wiped away my tears.
It's time to go home now, Sarah.
And I nodded. So we got back into the car and drove home. But after a few hours, I realized that we weren't going back to their house. We were on a long road with big longs on both sides of the street. My breath caught in my throat. It looked like we were driving to the cemetery. I can't do this right now, I said, and I began to panic. My dad was firm.
It's time to face it. You've run away long enough.
I wanted to apologize to my mom, but I didn't think I was ready to see her grave.
Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Dad parked the car, and they led me towards a building. I was confused. Why was there a building in the middle of a cemetery? We walked down a series of corridors and knocked on a door. It took some time for it to open, but when it did, I gasped. Mom was inside. She was very thin, but she was alive. I'm so sorry. I gasped and I ran to hug her.
You've gotten so big. I was so worried about you. Please don't blame yourself for the accident,
Mom said, while she stroked my cheek.
A car crashed into mine while I was driving home. I can't walk anymore. But it's not your fault, Sarah.
Suddenly, Mom made a fist and banged it on the bed.
How I wish I could take care of you, but I can barely take care of myself.
I took Mom's hand. Even in her state, her main concern was taking care of me. Then everything I saw about mothers and their children flashed through my mind. Emma with Josh, Stella with her son, and even Maggie with her new daughter. Mom, it's time to go home together. You looked after me better than any mom ever could, and now it's time for me to do the same for you.
I'm Rapunzel from Armenia. Please like and subscribe. When I was little, my mom and I moved a lot. We changed towns every few months. And I couldn't help noticing that I was different from the people around me, even Mom. Everyone had dark eyes and hair, so my blonde curls and green eyes attracted attention.
Wow, she's so precious! And well, she looks nothing like you. Is she really yours?
Mom always smiled and said I looked like my dad, but I knew she didn't like the comments. And soon, we moved again.
Don't look at anyone directly. And never take your hoodie off outside. People get jealous of your beauty. Love.
I was 6 when Mom started working as a cook in a mansion, and she told me strictly to never leave the kitchen. One afternoon, Mom had gone out for groceries when a tall woman walked in, and she stopped short when she saw me.
Aren't you a beautiful little girl? Why don't you come with me, honey?
As I was in her living room eating cakes and chatting nonstop, Mom came bursting in.
There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Sorry, mistress.
Oh no. I brought her here. From now on, she'll spend time with me while you work.
Mom wasn't happy at all, but I'd have the best time. The mistress helped me with my reading and gave me lovely gifts. But a few weeks later, she said she wanted to adopt me.
I can give her every luxury in the world. Her life will be 1,000 times better as my daughter.
How can you even ask this, ma'am, to part with my own child? I would never.
You fool! If you truly cared about her, you'd let her have the life she deserves. Also, I looked up your records and there's no birth certificate for any child of yours. Leave her with me and we can keep all our little secrets.
She reached out for my hand, but I grabbed hers and bit it hard. She screamed as Mom and I ran.
Pack your things quickly. Hurry!
And so we left. But this time we kept traveling till we reached some docks late at night.
We're leaving for the U.S., darling. We'll never know any peace here.
Someone Mom knew helped us sneak onto a cargo ship, and we left to start a new life in New York. We spent the first few months in a homeless shelter, but Mom found a job at a restaurant soon, and we could afford a small place. Mom even let me join the public school after changing my name. When I asked why, she said it was for my own good, and I didn't ask anymore. Even though I didn't really stand out here, people still admired my looks. In 5th grade, my friend Melissa, who participated in beauty pageants, told me to try out too. The prize money was good, so I begged Mom to let me join, and I soon became a pageant queen, and modeling offers started pouring in. By the time I was in high school, I'd done my first national ad for a shampoo, and my face was on a billboard. One morning in 10th grade, I walked into the school hallway to see some kids gathered around a boy. He turned his face, and I caught my breath. He was beautiful. He threw his head back and laughed at something, and it was the most captivating sound in the world. Suddenly, our eyes met, and I realized I'd been staring at him like a moron. But I had to find out who he was. I walked into class to find all the girls talking about this handsome new stranger. Just then, we heard a loud groan.
Jeez. I'll tell you who he is if you give me $20 each. And for $50, I'll introduce you gals to him. He's my brother.
The new boy introduced himself as Derek and said his brother Ryder was our senior. Just then, the teacher walked in, and everyone flew to their seats. I caught Derek looking at me, and he smiled. He was cute, but his brother was a Greek god. One day, I had to reach a modeling audition after school, and as I quickly crossed the road, my heel got stuck in a chewed gum. As I struggled to set it loose, I looked up to see a motorcyclist charging straight at me. But suddenly, someone pushed me out of the way. I opened my eyes to see Ryder looking down at me.
Hey, are you okay?
I think so. Nope, I feel dizzy. Ryder swept me up effortlessly and carried me to his car. He took me to the hospital, and it turned out I had a minor concussion.
Your mom's on the way, I called her.
Thank you. I am so lucky you were right there.
Well, it wasn't a coincidence. I was actually following you to ask you out.
Really?
Why do you sound surprised? I can't be your first admirer. You just might be the most beautiful girl I've ever met, Rapunzel.
He touched my cheek and my heart fluttered. Just then, Mom walked in, and she couldn't stop thanking Ryder. I was discharged soon, and he even dropped us off at home. Ryder and I started dating, and the next few weeks were like a dream. He was intelligent and thoughtful and always knew how to make me laugh. We were the golden couple of the school. A few days later, I got paired with Derek for a science project, and we met up at the library to discuss it. It's funny, we've hardly spoken before, especially since you're in my class and I'm dating your brother.
Well, Ryder has that effect on girls. They fall head over heels for him and see nothing else.
That's not true, and I'd like to get to know you. Let's all have dinner sometime.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Listen, Rapunzel, there's something...
What's going on here?
Hey, we're working on our project, and I was just...
He's your project partner? No, that won't work. I'll talk to your teacher and have your partner changed.
What? This is none of your business, dude.
It's very much my business, dude. I don't want my girlfriend to fail, which she will with you.
Derek looked furious and stormed off. Ryder, you can't tell me who to be partners with. And what's wrong with your brother?
Listen, babe, you don't know him. He's not serious about anything. And he just thinks he'll inherit millions one day without lifting a finger. I'm already working with Dad and his company, and freeloaders like Derek just bother me. Trust me, he's gonna make you do all the work and just take credit for it in the end. Just ask your teacher to change your partner, please.
Derek didn't seem like that, but Ryder knew his brother better, and he looked upset. So I requested the teacher for a partner change the next day. Life was good, except that lately, I'd been getting rejected after auditions, and Melissa had gotten a few ad campaigns I'd really wanted. But she was my friend, and I was happy for her. We were at a party together one evening, and I noticed Ryder was really quiet on the way home. Hey, you worried about something?
Yeah, just you, babe. You trust people way too easily.
What do you mean?
You don't think it's strange that Melissa has suddenly been getting every single commercial? She's rich. What if her mom paid bribes to get her those parts?
What? No! Melissa would never do that. She's the one who got me into modeling.
And she probably regrets it now since you've been doing so much better than her. Jealousy can really change people, Rapunzel. Trust me, I know.
His words made me uneasy, but I decided to ignore him. But a few days later, Melissa and I were at an audition for a lipstick commercial, and she kept forgetting her lines. I had a flawless audition, so I was shocked when Melissa was selected again.
Hey, I was so sure you'd get that.
Yeah, me too!
Wait, why do you sound mad at me? I'm just as surprised.
Oh, drop the act! It makes no sense you'd get selected unless you paid your way in.
What, are you crazy?
I can't believe you'd stoop so low. Ryder was right.
He said this about me? Rapunzel, you've known me since we were kids. Why are you letting this guy?
He's my boyfriend! And he's clearly less naive than I am. Melissa and my other friend stopped talking to me after that, and it just made me angrier that they all took her side. Thank God I had Ryder. Soon it was our 2-month anniversary, and Ryder wanted to celebrate in style by taking me out on a date to a classy French restaurant.
I want you to sit on this side, facing just me. I don't want anyone else to admire your beauty tonight.
That's a bit weird and so cheesy.
It's just how I feel. And here's your present.
Ryder, you've already done so much. I gasped as I stared at a gorgeous amber necklace.
See? How could I not get that? It's like it's made for you, Amber.
My heart was pounding as he put it around my neck. Why? Why did you just call me Amber?
Did I? Obviously a mistake, Rapunzel. Now shall we order?
I felt so distracted that I could barely read the menu. I needed some air. I excused myself to go to the bathroom, but just as I got up, I bumped into the waiter bringing our drinks.
Oh, I am so sorry, madame.
No, it was my mistake. Here, let me help you.
Oh, please, don't worry about it. I'll get you some drinks.
As he ran off, Ryder turned to me coldly.
Why were you flirting with the waiter?
What? I was just trying to be nice. But suddenly Ryder swiped all the plates off our table.
Don't play me for a fool. You kept touching his arm.
You're insane. I'm leaving. I ran out of the restaurant and looked around for a cab, but Ryder caught up with me.
If you walk away now, I'll make your life miserable, Amber.
Why do you keep calling me that? Just stop it.
Ha ha ha! Because that was your name before you came here, wasn't it? I know all about your past and you can't escape it. Yeah, I'll have you and your mother deported to Armenia and...
Suddenly, Ryder tripped over something and fell down, hitting his head. I frantically called an ambulance and used Ryder's phone to call Derek to the hospital.
What happened?
He tripped over something. The doctors say he'll be fine, but I can't stay here another minute.
Rapunzel, what really happened?
I broke down and told him how crazy Ryder had acted in the restaurant.
I wanted to warn you! You're not the first girl he's done this with. He's the perfect boyfriend at first, but then he gets so jealous and scares every girl away.
It's not just that. Derek, he knows things about me and he's threatening to ruin Mom's life and mine.
If you tell me what it is, maybe I can help you.
Derek, I need to talk to Mom first.
Of course, and you need to be sure you can trust me.
I looked into his warm brown eyes, and I felt I could. So the next day, I asked Derek to come to my place, and Mom told him everything.
I'm not Rapunzel's mother, I'm her aunt. Rapunzel's parents passed away when she was a baby, and I was her guardian in their will. But her other aunt and uncle kept insisting that I give Rapunzel to them. They only wanted her because of all the money in her name. They were powerful people, and I knew they'd keep trying to take Rapunzel away from me. So I ran away with her. We traveled far, but I'd always felt they'd find us. Then we came here and changed our names, and it seemed like we'd finally left everything behind. Until now.
We can't go back there, Derek.
I'll do everything I can, I promise.
I couldn't bear to go to school for the next few days. I felt sick with anxiety. Then finally, one evening, Derek showed up, and he was smiling.
My lawyer worked on your case. And given how long you guys have lived and worked in the US, your status will be made legal immediately. You can't be deported. No one's going anywhere.
Mom and I cried and laughed as we hugged, and I threw my arms around Derek too. Thankfully, Ryder still hadn't returned to school, and I started hanging out with Derek. I also apologized to Melissa.
Rapunzel, I was so affected by what you said that I confronted my mom. She didn't pay for me to get those roles, but someone did, and I have no idea who.
I do! It was Ryder! He did it because he wanted to turn me against everyone close to me. But I never should have doubted you. A few days later, I just put some stuff in my locker when I turned around to see Ryder.
Hi, Amber. Did you miss me?
You wish, and don't think you can ever bully me or scare me again. I don't care what you know, you can't use it.
Wow. What a transformation from the chicken girl I last saw. But yeah, I just came to tell you that I've lost all interest in you. Seems like you've really lowered your standards when you settled for my brother. And I don't date trash.
He walked away, and I realized I'd been holding my breath. But minutes later, I heard loud voices down the hallway, and I ran to see Ryder smashing Derek against the lockers and beating him up. It took 4 teachers to pull Ryder away as he screamed like a maniac.
You want everything I have, don't you? You always have, you little worm. Do you think I'd let you be happy? I'll ruin your life, Derek. You'll regret the day you ever crossed me.
Derek went home early, and I was completely shaken by the day's events. Later that night, I was having trouble sleeping, and I heard a loud tap on my window. I sat up in horror, only to realize it was Derek. Gosh, you scared me! How are you feeling now?
I can't feel my face, but my heart's happy. I just had to tell you. Ryder went completely bonkers at home too, and my parents have admitted him to an institution for therapy.
That's such a relief! I'm sorry you got hurt because of me, Derek.
Don't be! I'd take 100 punches for you. Well, not 100, but you know what I mean. And Ryder's right about one thing. I've wanted to be with you since I first saw you.
He leaned in and kissed me, and it was lovely. We graduated from high school and both went to the same college in another city. Right after graduation, Derek and I got married in a small ceremony with our parents. Ryder was apparently out of the institution now and managing his dad's company in Europe. But of course, he wasn't invited. And a year later, we were blessed with a beautiful baby girl, Sarah. Hi, I'm Nancy from Nevada. Before I start my action movie story, please like and subscribe. Being stuck in the orphanage, you would think snagging a new foster home would be lit. But nah, not for me. I messed up every shot by acting all crazy and throwing tantrums that made couples think twice. I'd seen firsthand how kids were moved from foster home to foster home, like there's some unwanted goods. And I didn't want that to ever be me, until Mr. and Mrs. John were the most interesting couple I'd ever seen.
We've heard nothing but great things about you, Pet. I hope we get along.
Yeah, fun. Can we just go now? Oh, I just knew living with them had to be interesting, but nothing could have prepared me for the next incredibly crazy week of my life. After driving for a few minutes in their tinted SUV, we stopped outside a huge mansion. Just then, Mrs. John handed me a carton filled with a box of cookies. Oh, are you trying to bribe me with these?
They're not for you. Deliver them to that mansion.
Wait, what in the world do you think I am?
Hey, kiddo, don't worry. We'll reward you for this. All you have to do is ring a bell and leave before the door opens. Now be quick!
It was all very confusing for me. I wanted to say no, but the cold look on their faces made me think again. Okay, chill out, Crazilla. I did as I was told and rang the bell. But before I could get away, I tripped and fell, face first. And it must have triggered an alarm system because the whole compound instantly started blaring red and sprinklers came on. And just then, Mr. John grabbed me. And the next minute, we're in the car and gone within seconds. So cookies, huh? Is that like my new job description? Great task for a girl guide, am I right? No one said a word, and we rode in silence. But what were the cookies all about? About an hour later, we pulled up to this large mansion. And when I walked in it, it was clear that this was not an ordinary home. There were a bunch of kids doing different things all over the house. Some were dancing, others were training in karate, and others were busy clacking on their laptops like maniacs. Gosh, why did they adopt me when they had these many kids already? I was kind of freaked out seeing the entire scenario of the mansion. It was like a whooping kids' mill, and I was hit with the freaking rules before I could even say hi to anyone. Not that anyone wanted to talk to me. They just glared at me like I had 2 poops on my head.
Lights out at 7 p.m. sharp. Breakfast at 5 a.m.
5 a.m., that's ridiculous.
Talking back and being disobedient will get you in a chokey.
A chokey? That can't be a real thing.
It is, and I can't wait for you to end up there.
Ha ha ha! Who was she? And what was she so excited about?
No phones or social media.
What? I'm gonna miss some of my avatar stories on YouTube without my phone. Anyway, things just got even worse that night when I heard weird noises outside and saw a huge truck loading stuff into the barn in the backyard. I literally wanted to run away instantly because I sensed something really horrible was going on in there. Curious, I crept out to the barn to take a closer look. But just then, someone appeared behind me.
I knew you were up to no good, new girl.
You're the chokey girl.
You!
She glared at me angrily, but before she could answer, Mrs. John showed up.
What are you girls doing here when you should be sleeping?
I caught her sneaking around, Mom. I was about to bring her to you.
Thank you, Kylie. You can go back to bed now.
That little snitch!
You!
Oh gee! How did I get out here? I must have sleepwalked again. Oops, I'll just go back to sleep now. Nighty-night. As I rushed back to the house, I spotted a boy on the other side of the barn trying to hide. So, the next day, while everyone was busy, I pretend slept all the way to the barn and bumped butts with someone.
Hey, watch where you're. Wow, you're so pretty.
Are you seriously hitting on me right now? Dude!
Oh.
Wait, you're that guy I saw from last night. Nosy much?
Huh? Look who's talking. Anyway, I'm Isaac. We can't be seen here together. Come on.
He took me to a corner and revealed that he was new here, but he had a feeling that something strange was going on.
A truck goes out every night, comes back after 3 hours, then they offload stuff from it. The barn doors and windows are always tightly shut, so I don't know what's in there.
We should totally find out what's in there. Chill, I have an idea. So that night, after dinner, Isaac and I met up outside the barn, jumped into the truck, and hid in a corner behind a cardboard box. A few minutes later, we heard feet. The door was shut, and the truck started moving.
We have 30 minutes in and out just like we've done before. Got it?
What the heck was going on? A little while later, the truck pulled up, and after everyone left, Isaac and I came out. Ow, gosh, my legs fell asleep.
Well, better wake them up because we don't have much time.
And that's when I saw it. Holy smokes, I've been here before.
What?
It's the house the Johns had made me deliver cookies at the day they adopted me. We watched through the window as the masked kids turned the rooms in our view upside down, throwing anything valuable in a bag. Jewelry, paintings, even expensive cutlery. They were going for everything. Oh my goodness! They're robbing rich people. But where are the owners? Within minutes, they were done and rushed out as Isaac and I ran back into the truck and hid behind the box. By now, it had become clear that we'd been adopted by a bunch of crooks. We had to get to the bottom of this, so we came up with a plan. But as soon as we tried to sneak back into the mansion, we got caught.
What do we have here?
Why is she always trailing us? Hey, Kylie, you can't tell anyone you saw us, okay? Just let us in and we'll get you more pink hair dye. Come on, girl!
Do you think I'm stupid?
Kylie, come on!
Ma!
Just then, Isaac covered her mouth and we dragged her outside.
Shh, I'll remove my hand if you promise not to scream.
Kylie, please, it's really important. I'll get you more. Another pink teddy. Everything pink. I'll work my butt off just for you. Just hear us out. Isaac, let go of her. And we explained where we were and what we had seen. But it was like talking to a brick wall.
I can't believe you'd accuse Mom and Dad of something like that.
They were right about you all along. I know you don't believe us, but we have proof. We just have to get into the barn. Then you can see the stuff they stole tonight. Kylie wasn't convinced, and we were determined to prove ourselves. Minutes later, we managed to break the barn door lock. But spoiler alert! There was nothing in there except cleaning detergents and materials, food supplies, and other boring stuff. What happened to all the jewelry and expensive stuff they stole earlier?
Now you're really in trouble.
Kylie! But it was too late! Mrs. John had heard the commotion and was standing right behind us.
They were in the truck and claiming that you guys are crooks or something.
Thanks, Pet! You're doing a good job keeping an eye on the troublemakers.
Seriously, man, we saw where you were and what you did. Isaac, tell them!
I didn't see anything. I don't know what she's talking about, Mrs. J, by the way. Is that a new scarf? It looks amazing on you. I'll go back to bed now.
What? That freaking coward! Ugh! I was boiling with anger as I watched him practically run away.
Ha 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 ha! Your little boyfriend totally threw you under the bus. It must really suck to be you.
First of all, he's not my boyfriend. And secondly...
That's enough! Kylie, dear, I brought you your favorite marshmallows. Be a darling and let me talk to Nancy here.
She skipped out of the barn like she just won a lottery. For whatever reason, it was clear by now that she was the couple's little pet for sure. But the minute she walked out, Mrs. John turned cold as an iceberg. She doesn't know the truth, does she?
She's too slow and a little pathetic and talks too much. But you're smart! I knew the minute I saw you, you'd fit the team perfectly.
You won't get away with this.
I was gonna give you more time to settle in, but you seem very curious, so get ready for your second mission since you failed terribly on your first.
The next morning, I received an invitation and a red dress on my bed. According to this, I was expected to attend a very important ball in the next 3 days, and I was supposed to learn how to waltz. What in the freaking coconuts? I've never waltzed a day in my life. I wanted to rip off the dress, but to fulfill my mission, I had to agree to everything they said. 2 days of intense dance lessons and my trainer's swollen toes. Later, I was ready to go. I didn't even know who my dance partner was. I walked in and saw Isaac at the center stage in a freaking two-piece suit. Gosh, was he always this handsome? It was like I was seeing him for the first time. And when he took my hand to the dance floor, I felt like a princess.
Wow, you look so beautiful.
Even his voice was melting my heart. Nope, nope, snap out of it, girl. This is not the time. Don't think I forgot how you left me alone the other day, you coward.
I'm sorry we had to carry out with the plan. They're watching our every move. If we fail, they might pin everything on us and send us to juvie.
Then let's do this before I pass out. I'm so freaking nervous. So, as planned, Isaac and I danced our way near the target's table and pulled our best moves, which left her pretty impressed. And when she was hooked, I grabbed the edge of the tablecloth. And when Isaac spun me, I pulled it, pouring drinks all over everyone on the table. And Isaac pretended to slip and landed on the waiter, carrying drinks and snacks in his hand. It was pure chaos, but just enough time for me to slip the flash drive into the mayor's wife's hand and whisper in her ear, "Please, please watch it and save the children." All right, you guys must be so lost, so let me catch you up on what happened between the day of the barn and the ball. Can you roll it all the way back? So, after Isaac chickened out that night, he didn't really leave the barn. We'd felt parts of the wooden floor creak earlier. So after everyone went to sleep that night, Isaac let me in the barn. And when we flipped the wood on the floor, we found a secret room with a bunch of laptops, tracking devices, crazy tools, all the jewelry, expensive paintings, and other stuff stolen from so many houses and rich people. And they had files on each kid and something to hold against us. So we never talked to the police. They were horrible. There were also cookie-shaped secret cameras, which must have been put in the boxes delivered to the targeted houses. But we needed help to expose the couple. So we showed everything to Kylie, and she was so heartbroken.
It was all a lie. How could they? I thought I finally got a family who'll take care of all my needs. I loved them, defended them, and trusted them. But now...
Hey! I know you must be feeling terrible. It's hard for us orphans when we come so close to a family and we lose them in a blink, isn't it? But listen, you don't need that couple to be your family. There are plenty good people out there. And I'm here for you too.
If you're done with your TED Talk, we have to come up with a plan.
Guys, I have an idea. They're going to pay for this.
She turned out to be pretty smart. So with her help, we found out that there would be a ball. And the Johns were planning to use us and other kids to steal from the mayor's wife and other rich guests at the ball. So we took pictures of everything thanks to a phone Kylie stole for us, recorded everything, and put it all in a flash disk. And that's how we ended up here. If you're watching this, Mrs. Mayor, I'm really sorry about your expensive Louis Vuitton. A few hours after the ball, the police raided the Johns' home and found everything as we'd presented it in the flash disk. The kids' records were also cleared, and they were put in good foster homes. After a few weeks, Isaac, Kylie, and I got sponsors who sent us to campus. Kylie and I studied to be social workers and help protect kids, while Isaac joined a police academy.